Okay, so we are back with our Coriolis, the Third Horizon campaign, Mercy of the Icons. If you guys are watching this and you enjoy watching the live streams, I'm moving them all to another channel starting in May called Bandits Keep Actual Play, but the link is in the description. If it's not there now, I'll put it there if you're watching this back. Go ahead and subscribe over there because they'll be there later. I need 100 subscribers to get the actual URL, so just follow that long-ass link. Ooh, I said, no, I'm going to have to make this adult. But anyways, just follow that link and you'll get there. In any case, the uh, the crew, the crew of this, okay, no, I don't remember the name. The Sacred Oasis, the crew of the Sacred Oasis, has been on Kua now for about a week, maybe a little longer, following up on some leads of a missing niece of their captain, as well as the emissary uh, who has gone missing. Um, they seem to have got evidence that mystics, people with mystical powers, or what some of the religious types are calling the mystical disease, are being kidnapped and brought to the planet side in stasis pods. And it seems that Leod Del Cazar, who is also sometimes referred to as the Slumber Prince, is at least has his fingers in it somewhere. He's a smuggler of people, a slaver. It seems that the pods have been transported to his home. Those involved in this area here in Little Agol seem to be turning up dead. And as we ended the last session, the head stevedore over there at the warehousing that was being used to bring these stasis beds in told the party of many deaths and she fears for her life. So they have uh, brought the stevedore in to join them, and she's going to work off her transport for herself. Her name is Tubra. And also, you haven't. We'll just say that somehow you rendezvoused because they didn't actually meet her in the session. But Tubra's partner, her girlfriend, Walla, is also seeking passage. So they are all back on the Sacred Oasis, which is docked in the shadow of the monolith in basically Ara, which is just south of Covenant City. They know that they've got to get to Covenant City, I guess, to go to the engagement party of Dolkasar's son to one of the Zenithian nobles' daughter. So, as we kind of start off this session, you guys will be back in your ship. You can go ahead and intro your characters, and we'll get into the action. So, let's start up in the corner there. Yang, tell us about your character.
I play Rahman Al Qasim. He's the pilot of the spaceship Sacred Oasis. He's a very skilled pilot. He claims to be the best pilot on this side of Third Horizon. However, he has a knack for getting in trouble because he always takes stupid risks that would possibly cost his life or that of his fellows' lives. That's Rahman Al Qasim.
Excellent. Anything for that extra experience point.
Yep.
Crystal, tell us about your character.
I play Cyrus Toima. She is the engineer aboard the Sacred Oasis. Her left arm is a robotic arm with a uh, printed image of the Lady of Tears on it, kind of like a tattoo. And she's excited about. She's kind of excited about going to this party because she's heard there's going to be other engineering nerds there, and she loves being around engineering nerds. So yeah, that is Cyrus Toima.
Excellent. Uh, okay. Nikki, tell us about your character.
I play Amira. She is the captain of the Sacred Oasis and best friends with Saeed. And she is really interested in going to the party because they found out from Tubra that the stasis pods they're looking for were going into this gentleman's basement. At least that's what she said. And she's looking for her niece, Noor, and also evidence of the emissary, as she's been hearing the emissary's voice in her head for a while now. So she is a little bit antsy, a little on edge, but she can do this. She knows that. And yeah, she's just looking forward to maybe finally finding out what's happened to these people. And that's Amira.
Excellent. Speaking of Saeed, Mike, tell us about your character.
Saeed is the gunner of the Sacred Oasis, former bodyguard of Amira, now a good friend. He's currently probably welcoming everybody on board the ship and making sure that they've got good quarters. They know where they're going. He's giving them the tour, making sure that they have their quarters. He's going to check in on Aziz, grab him by the ear, and before he gets ready for the party, he's going to drag him down to the temple and make sure that they get prayers in. He knows that the kid is a diplomat's kid, and there are probably certain things that his father expects of him, and one of them is that he continues his religious upbringing. So he's going to make sure that Aziz has a little chapel time too. Um, so as he's busy being a mother bee, he will end up in the chapel with Aziz.
Excellent. And last but not least, Rush, tell us about your character.
So I'm playing Dimitri, who is a uh, barely beyond being a young kid. Um, he's a data gen, so he's a computer expert. Um, he's been brought on with to the Sacred Oasis because he is looking for just an opportunity to get out and explore. He's fallen in with this crew who they seem to be a good crew of people, but they seem to certainly have no problem finding their fair share of adventure slash trouble. Um, but it doesn't seem to bother him too much. And he's he's known Cyrus from previously, but he's grown to take a liking to each of the own crew, each of the rest of the crew for their own reasons, and he knows there's a party going on tonight, but Amira, in her ultimate wisdom, told him that something along the lines of, "Dimitri, darling, I don't think I'm going to be taking you tonight." And Dimitri was oddly okay with that. He's not. He's used to being in an industrial setting, not really knowing how to rub shoulders with that kind of crowd. So is remaining on the ship on standby at Amira's beck and call if she needs anything. And that is Dimitri.
Excellent. Right, so tonight is the party, the engagement party. Mike, with Saeed, is there a particular icon that you are praying to? Because you're in the chapel, you can do preparatory prayers if you'd like. Mechanically, if you pray to an icon now in the chapel in preparation for your endeavors tonight, if you need to pray to them later, you get bonus dice.
Could I also pray? Like, is that something we can all do, or?
Right, when you heard the voice of the icons tell you that you would get a bonus.
No,
Yes,
no,
of course.
I actually, like, it was when
No,
they
I
were
know, I'm just
introducing their
messing with you.
character.
Yeah, of course, anybody can pray to the icons. If you pray to the icon before the in the chapel, that is, before the mission, you get +2 to any of your prayers to that same icon that you make for the rest of the day. For the rest of the session, basically, it says. So, like, if you pray to, I don't know, the dancer, and then you need to make a dexterity check, and then you fail, and you need to pray again, then you would roll that you'd roll the second time with the prayer with the +2.
Yeah, I think I will be praying to the gambler.
Okay.
That my eyes will be open and I might see the things that I need to see.
Okay. How about Cyrus?
Cyrus is going to pray to the traveler because she feels like she wants she knows there are going to be lots of people there, and she wants to be able to recognize who the people are that she's speaking with, because that could be very important.
Okay. Excellent. Is anybody else doing any preparations before the party tonight? Besides getting dressed up, I suppose. Which I'm assuming you're doing.
Raman walks up to Dmitri and says, "So, Dmitri, it seems like we will be staying here in the ship. How do you feel about that?"
Does not bother me at all. I don't know how to rub shoulders with fancy people.
Well, I've been reading my manner book for the past couple of days whenever I had some time. Dimitri, I recall you saying to Amira that you might be able to print out a forged invitation. Is that true?
I mean, it's possible.
I think we may come to use it.
I think so too.
If you could, maybe you could make a couple of copies. One for you and one for me.
But I'm not going.
We're not for now, but should they require us to join them later, we could hang out near the party building, and if they call us, we could perhaps join them.
Is Amir still in the ship, or?
Yeah, I think we're making preparations, right? So.
Yeah.
Is she overhearing him?
Yes, but she was going to actually say, because when she told you guys to hang back, she didn't know. She knew this guy was involved somehow, but she didn't know that those pods were actually going into the basement. They didn't find that out till they talked to Tubra. So we might need some extra hands if things get interesting.
Dimitri kind of looks down at himself as like, is it okay if I go like this?
Saeed, do you have anything he could borrow?
Yes, of course. I don't know if he'd fit, but we might have to staple him in. But,
That's true.
Saeed is broad and strong, and well, I mean, I'm not so much.
Oh, don't worry, Dimitri. We'll find you something appropriate.
Yeah.
Well, if you need invitation, just tell me how many you need, and I will do the best I can.
We would need 2. One for you and one for Rahman. And I think Rahman, we might need your, of course, you're a little bit broken, but we still might need you.
Don't worry, Captain. I shall be right behind you. Speaking of clothes, and he goes back and returns after a little while with a long robe. It's like one of those Arabian robe, but it's very well maintained. And on top of him, he has a very fine silk turban.
Nice.
Yeah, you gotta cover up that bald spot.
Right.
And
because it's a robe, he is while he was in his dressing room, he has attached his pistol underneath, between his thighs.
Okay. You like taped it.
Yes.
I mean, it's an accelerator pistol, right? So it's not small, but I mean, you can do that. It's fine.
Yes.
It's better than fitting inside your turban.
Uh,
All the ladies will be looking at him like, oh, Ramon.
He's probably gonna be walking with a little bit of a limp.
excited
It's a good
about
sign.
going, huh, Ramon?
Oh, very, very much. At least I don't have a scope attached to it, so
Ew.
it's not that bulky.
Yeah, I think Ramon needs to invest in a cricket at some point.
Yes.
He's always trying to stick weapons places.
Is that an accelerator taped to your leg, or are you just happy to see me?
I'm just happy to be at the party.
Oh man.
Um,
Okay.
To
Yep.
make those forged invitations, is that a data gen check with a computer, or
Or infiltration, maybe?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're trying to forge something, which means that you need to know how they operate, which means that it's culture.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, don't they have legitimate ones though, like on
Right,
hand?
they do.
Well,
Yep.
then all I have to do is take it and copy it though.
Okay.
Like with
That's
my
exactly right. That's spoken by somebody who doesn't have any points in culture. I could
Okay.
just take a dollar bill and copy it as well. It's not the same thing.
Okay, I just assumed I
Yeah.
was going to make a copy of it and just change the name.
Oh, you probably are going to do that if you fail your culture check.
Oh, well, I'm probably going to fail this culture check, so
Yeah.
just throwing that out there.
Do you have any culture at all?
No,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll
No,
be
well,
rolling
you
3
can't even
dice
make
on
it.
this one.
I don't
No,
think
you're
you
rolling
actually
nothing.
can.
You can't,
I don't
roll
think
it.
you can't.
Oh.
You can't roll it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I can't. I'm
Yeah,
cultureless. I'm a cultureless swine.
So go ahead and roll your culture, Amira, to see if you notice that, or also I think whoever else has a crystal has it as well. Guys, Cyrus is right.
Yeah. I
to see if
totally
you
am
notice
also
that it's
on roll
cool.
20. I'm just invisible on there.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and
Sweetie.
roll that to see if you notice that this is like not right, like not on the right paper or whatever it is. That's not
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll roll it.
Ink's not the right color.
Just one success.
Wait, guys.
Yeah.
Check this out. Ramon is like watching the thing very carefully. And
Nice.
oh yeah, he failed.
You still failed.
At least he
Yeah.
has one now.
Yeah, you got 1 point. Yeah, so you guys are looking and you're like, it looks pretty good, looks pretty good. And then Amira with the 1 success is like, you don't know what's wrong with it, but and also 1 success with Cyrus. You don't know what's wrong with it, but you know it's not 100% correct. So if they're going to try to use it, it'll be risky.
Okay.
It'll really depend on how secure the place is, which you're not really going to know until you get there.
It will depend on how the gambler is with us, because this would be a big
Exactly.
gamble for you to use this, you guys.
Well, I mean, are we well known even down here?
Yeah, of course. Well,
So, I mean,
are
like,
you? I don't know. What's your reputation?
7.
Then yes.
I don't know, I
7.
feel like they shouldn't look too hard at our invitations if like we're fairly well known, I don't know. We'll see.
Well, how
I'm
about
hoping.
we just simply
In a perfect
accompany-
world.
Yeah.
how about we simply accompany Amira and rest of you instead of trying to forge a signature, forge a invitation. We could simply go in as their entourage.
My +1.
Oh, I mean, would they
Perhaps you
let
could-
me in if we told them I was like your servant or something?
I've seen
Maybe.
Amira persuade all sorts of people in all kinds of situations in the past.
You know,
Yeah.
go ahead,
go ahead.
Cyrus.
I was just gonna say, Dimitri, how about you just play the part of my, partner or whatever, and they should let you in, right?
I don't think they'll let a boyfriend in as easily as they would a servant of a lady, like a lady, not just like a lady, but a lady. You know what I mean?
Well, we can certainly try.
Yeah, I mean, you would know that, so I'm not going to make you get there and then have to like deal with the big mess. That yeah, you have a +2, and the +2 are the other 2 people that you have. You were invited, uh, and the other 2 people are on your invitation.
So Saeed and
So
Cyrus are
yes,
on my
yeah,
invitation.
exactly.
Okay,
Right.
Yeah.
right. That's what I was afraid of.
I mean, you can certainly still try it, but just so you know.
I mean, if they say no, then we'll just wait outside, and if we have to, I don't know,
With
we'll
the
figure
other
something out.
chauffeurs.
Yes. Yes.
I think that would be better than trying to, because the worst they can say is no.
Right.
I guess it's not the worst that can happen, but it's still what most likely is the worst thing that will happen. But if you try to get in on a forged invitation and they notice it, that might be much worse.
They would see it as an insult for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. When there's a pathway to take the truth, that should be the right way.
I
So,
agree.
Yes.
I
Okay.
mean, sort of.
I go get changed.
All right. So you're putting on the extra large.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll help
Big
him not
face.
look like a pig's ear.
Are you going to also strap a pistol onto your inner thigh?
I
That was a
might,
joke.
but unlike unlike Ramon here, I have a small stun gun. So I can probably
Is it small?
I'm assuming it's probably pretty small. I mean, it's like
You're
it's probably
assuming.
the size. Okay, I'm thinking it's
Does
a
it have the
taser.
designation as small?
Well,
or
I don't.
tiny or
There
whatever
is
it
no designation for that. It
Yeah,
just says
then that means it's a normal size object, which means it's not small.
okay.
Like the cricket is small, specifically.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on. Maybe light would be another. Let's see, stun gun.
It just
Stun.
says
Yeah, it doesn't say light. Like very specifically, a Vulcan cricket is small, like for that reason. It's a concealable weapon.
well, in that case, I'm just gonna strap a Vulcan carbine inside my leg and say, well, you know what they say about the Russians.
Well, that's definitely not going to work because a carbine's a rifle. But yes.
In space Russia. Well,
No, you can put it there, but it's not going to be right. It's not super tiny because, like I say, it's not a tiny item.
damn, I'm not going in there with nothing. So yeah, I'm gonna do it. It would
Well,
be
they might have body scanners or something, though.
Yeah, I'm guessing there's going to be body scanners.
well. If I'm your servant, then it would only make sense that I would have a non-lethal device to protect my charge. Would it not? That'll be my excuse.
Okay.
And if they make me give it up, I guess I'll just have to give it up and engage the bad guys in the fisticuffs.
Okay. All right.
Don't underestimate a yard worker.
Well, we don't really have a choice. We need to go to this party and we need to figure out this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So this.
So
We need to get into the basement somehow.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm ready to go.
Yep. I'll take my
Okay.
fan.
Oh, you're taking the fan. Okay.
Fan.
Is anybody else concealing a weapon on their body?
Um,
Or anything else that might be unusual to bring to a party? like an emdos or rope or poison or something that just isn't something that you normally would bring with you to a party. Armor,
this hand
you
grenade.
know,
Courtesans
Yeah.
have fans.
weaponized fans, probably, but
I
maybe
mean,
not
they
to
don't
bring
know
to a
it's
party.
weaponized, right? Isn't it like hidden?
Well, I guess we're gonna find out. All right, so the party we got.
I'm the only other thing I'm gonna take with me is my Arash and my communicator,
Okay, you gotta
of
take
course.
drugs with you. Okay,
Oh yeah.
all right, fair enough. All right,
Salt the
so
host.
you head to the party. Okay. All right, so the plan is you're all just gonna go together, and you're just gonna try to say, "Hey, can we get them in because they're part of my friends or whatever." That's your plan.
Yeah, I think that's the only really.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so you show up. I don't think you've been here before. This is a. I should open it up to the right page before we start. Yeah, this is a large. I mean, they don't call it a palace for nothing. It's a huge building. Um, you can clearly tell that they've gone out of their way. The Khazars have gone out of their way to really like bring it on. You can see that as you're kind of approaching the building, there's all like new tapestries and stuff hanging down the sides of the walls. You can see that there's rugs laid out in front. There's a large line of people coming in. Is kind of like one of those big old red carpets lined down the front. And yeah, you show up and you get a line. So let's see. You can see as you're approaching, there's this red carpet, and you can see lined up all along the edge of them are guards. They are dressed in red caftans and white turbans. They've got Vulcan carbines held like, in a kind of a salute type thing. Like they're basically lined up. They're polished, spit shined shoes. Their rifles are gleaming. It's really quite a show as you kind of look. Does anyone have command?
Yes.
Yeah. And also, Saeed, you were a soldier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have command.
And you're nice. Okay. So yeah, so you guys get in line, and you can see, I mean, you're pretty well known, and that you can see people that are well known. I mean, you see that there's definitely high society here. Lots of people from the monolith, from the hegemony. You can see people mixed in. Of course, some people that look like they clearly just bought their suits today. Among those people with you. But as you're kind of looking at these guards lined up, you can see that while it looks like a really perfect presentation, some of it's a little bit off, which leads you to believe that these aren't all his regular guards. He's probably brought in extra men for this and kind of to make a show. Like, because they're not all perfectly with the same weapons. They're close, but not perfect. Some of the uniforms don't fit exactly right. So you think that he's definitely reinforced his troops by maybe at least 30% with not his normal guards. As you're kind of coming up, you can see the palace gates are opened. Braziers and sugar globes floating in bird baths illuminate the night. The red carpet leading up the stairs is packed with people, wealthy merchants with their families in tow next to hegemonists and palanquins, surrounded by bodyguards in strict formation. 5 guards and a bioscanner by the door make sure no uninvited guests are let in. So you can see as you're kind of coming up that they're stopping everybody, and they're standing on one of those. It's like when you go to the airport, you put your hands up and it's around their body. They're bioscanning each person as they walk up. So it's taking a little bit of time, like it's being held up because this bioscan is going on. All right. Okay, so are you gonna do anything while you're in line? And you have time to do something, or are you just gonna move forward with the plan?
Well, do you guys still have weapons strapped to your body?
Well, I don't know that you know that they have weapons strapped to their body unless you ask them.
True.
If they tell the truth or not.
That's true.
I mean, I don't think that Rahman would make that known. I don't know, but did you make that known, Rahman, that there's a weapon strapped to your body?
No.
Yeah, of course not. Did Dimitri tell everybody there was a weapon strapped?
I mean,
I imagine Rahman
necessarily-
and yeah.
I didn't necessarily try to hide it, but I mean, like I said, I'm gonna just very politely say, hey, yeah, I'm this. I don't even know if I'm getting in, so I'm just gonna be like, this is my this lovely courtesan is my you know I'm her servant, and I so yes, I do have a non-lethal um, protection for her. If it's against the rules, I will gladly relinquish it. With
Okay, well, you're not
apology.
there yet. So are you telling
Yeah,
Amira that you have this thing, or are you just telling me what you
yeah,
think you're going
I'll
to do when you
mention
get
it.
up there?
I'll mention that is my plan.
We'll see how it goes.
As far as that bioscan is concerned, is it some sort of a walkthrough gate, a metal detector?
Basically, yep. It's basically like one of those X-ray things at the airport where they're going to see your entire body and everything that you have on you in your pockets, and yeah, you would know, Ramon, that they're going to see the gun. There's no way you're going to
Yeah.
get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that one's going to be tough. Yeah.
Rahman steps back and rubs his head, and he looks at Amira and says, "Amira, I have to tell you something. I brought a accelerated pistol,
Oh,
and you do know that there is a basement of this place where they're keeping the people from the pod. I thought it would be foolish to try to enter here without being armed."
I understand that. But I don't think they're going to let you in with your pistol. I
Do you
don't
have
think
any
even I can
ideas?
convince them of that.
I would feel naked without it. And he looks down, and it's kind of breezy down there with that robe. If you ask me to somehow hide it or remove it and leave it elsewhere, perhaps I could do that.
If you know a place where you could stash it, but I don't think we'll be able to get back out. Of course, we might not, I don't know, go into the basement right away. But I don't think if you try to go through the bioscanner with it, they're not going to let you keep it.
Yes, and the bioscanner should be definitely sensitive enough to pick it up.
Yes.
I mean, mechanically, if you want to risk it, just so you know, you'll have to make an infiltration test at -3 versus their observation, which is going to be a very high observation because they're using the bioscanner. It's not impossible, but your chances of getting through with a gun are very low. Yeah. Also, though, while you're kind of talking about this, we have command, right, Saeed? Saeed, go ahead and make a observation.
Observation?
Yep. I know it's weird that I said, do you have command, make an observation? There's a reason for that? Okay, no.
Nay.
Okay.
No thanks.
You see nothing.
I know nothing. See nothing.
The line moves
It
forward. You guys
is-
be behind you. The line's moving.
Is Ramon like? Are you talking only to Amira? Like, I mean, can the rest of us hear
I mean,
you?
we're
or
probably
did
with you
pull-
guys, so you can probably hear us. I'm assuming.
Oh, so you're talking loud enough that people all gathered around you can hear? You're in tight lines.
Oh,
I'm assuming
That's
you're
why I was
whispering to each
asking.
other.
yeah. Then we would be whispering.
I mean, I'm making that assumption unless you want to risk talking openly with people all around you in line.
No,
The
nothing.
line is moving. The line is moving.
Stash it, Ramon, if you can.
Open Ramon. He disappeared. Okay, so while he's thinking about a place that he can do that,
He stashed it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, he's gonna take a few steps back, so that the party would be able to just go through without him, and then he's gonna get back behind the line so that all of them wouldn't get in trouble together if he were to get caught. But he's gonna risk it.
right, but you don't have a ticket. Or you're going to use the forge ticket. Your plan was to go in with the mirror because you don't have a ticket.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, so you step back. That's good. Actually, while you're looking
Yeah.
around as a way out of this, you can make an observation as well.
Some days you just got to give up the goat, man.
I mean, or walk through. I'm all about you walking through. Get that experience point. You know you want it.
Just feel that darkness point just sliding across the table.
Yeah. Bring it on. Yeah. Do
Yeah,
an observation for me.
he's gonna do it.
Well, do an observation for me first.
I did.
Before gift. You did? I didn't see it.
Yep, failed.
Oh, okay. Wow, you guys are not observant today. Okay, yeah. So you guys move up to the line. You can see again, people are kind of rushing. You know, it's like you can tell that like some of the very rich are kind of outraged that they have to be, you know, waiting in line like this. And what is the security and blah blah blah. You know, and you get up to the front, and one of the guards says tickets or invitations, I guess. Doing tickets.
I'll present our tickets for Saeed
Okay.
and Cyrus and I.
Okay. He looks. He looks at the. He like scans them with his little tabula, and then he kind of scans their faces. Well, he scans the first. We'll say he scans Saeed first, and then he says, "Step through."
I'll walk through.
Okay. You're not carrying any concealed weapon.
Nope.
Okay. Yeah. So it scans you,
Some
and you
of
step
us
through,
are
and you're on the
smart.
you're on the other side. Yeah. As soon as you step through the other side, you see there's like courtesans there, like taking people, and like she walks right up to you. A female courtesan walks right up with a drink in her hand, and she says, "Come, come." And she holds up the guard on the other side, scans Cyrus, and motions for you to walk through the.
Cyrus will nod, and when she steps towards the guard that's like gonna scan her or whatever, she's gonna like hold up her metal arm and go, "I'm just gonna let you know that I do have a prosthetic here. If you need to check it."
No problem. The scanner will check it. There's no weapon in it, right?
No.
Okay. He nods. And if you're not carrying anything, any kind of weapon or whatever, then I'm not going to bother to roll. Nothing. You're not hiding anything. Yep. You scan through, same thing. You come on the other side. You see that a woman is presenting a drink to Saeed, and you see another one bringing a drink your way. And then he holds up the thing to scan the mirror. He scans you. He goes,
Okay. I look back at Rahman and Dimitri and I say, my friends here were not gifted with invitations, but they are essential to my entourage. I was hoping to gain entry for them as well.
another one of these, huh? Can you see all these people here? Clearly, there was only so many invitations given. He shakes his head. He says, they can go wait down at the bar with everybody else.
Surely 2 more wouldn't overcrowd.
He
Only
kind of like
2?
lowers his the tablet in one hand, and you see his other hand kind of reach over to on the side. He's got a baton, a stun baton. And he says, "Look, I don't have time for this. If it's important for you to spend time with them, then you can leave too. Next," and he just steps to the side. And he calls the next person up.
I'll look back at Rahman and Dimitri and just say, I'm sorry, it's not going to work.
Oh no, it's fine. I didn't realize that such high class parties were so rude. We will
Well,
be at the bar.
we have learned something today, Dimitri. Some
Indeed.
people they're so into themselves they don't realize that we too are people just like the rest of them. And says, Amira, you shall be okay. Dimitri and I shall mingle with the other attendants.
Okay, and I'm going to say, hold this for me, and I'm going to give Rahman my fan.
And he takes it.
She's giving up the fan. All
Yep.
right.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Are you sure? It's going to be quite stuffy in there. You may need it.
Just
Oh, I think it's stuffy enough here at the gate for everyone. Go ahead and take the fan.
yeah, just keep it safe for me, Rahman. I trust you.
Dimitri, you feel pain in the side of your head as the man hits you over the head with the baton.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and then you see the other guards turn and draw their batons, and he says,
Let's get
"Learn
out of
your
here,
place,
Dimitri."
boy." So he just does regular damage with it. So it's just whatever a baton does, 1 point.
Okay. Does he have a name tag on?
No,
Hmm.
he's dressed like the other guards are. Red coat, turban.
Rules are rules.
Although unlike the guards that were lined up, these guys aren't carrying any kind of firearms. They just have batons. And you see the other guards all kind of like look at you, and of course the people in line behind now have stopped because you're doing this.
Yep.
You can hear people mumbling and grumbling, going, "Come on, it's yes, come on."
Yep, I'll just say go on, and I'll go through.
Yeah, no problem. I go to the bar and pull my laptop out.
Yeah, you walk away. Okay. So he turns back and he says, "Are you coming in?"
Yep, yes I am.
He scans
Sorry
you.
for the delay, and I'll go through.
Come on, Amira, have fun, and don't don't forget to let us know if anything happens.
Enjoy your evening, and I'll step through. And now I don't have
Okay.
anything on me.
Okay, yeah. If you don't have anything illegal or anything like that on you, it just scans you and you go right through. And you, they hand you drinks and you're heading up into the main part. Oh, I get to use all the good stuff. Not all of it, but most of it. So as you're walking up towards the palace, and the other two are walking away towards possibly some kind of bar. Rahman, you notice because Dimitri has never met her before, but you see somebody you remember. Although she looks quite different right now, as she's dressed in a stunningly beautiful red gown. Last time you saw her, she was dressed in heavy battle armor with a helmet, but you did see her face once, so you recognize her. Probably takes you a second to recognize her, but Akuba Kosha, the judicator, steps out in front of you, and she says, "Rahman, having
Kuba,
trouble?"
it is good to see you. Well, we did not get the invitation like Amira. Well, Amira
Oh.
only could take two, and here we are with Dimitri and myself.
Oh, Do you predict trouble?
Well, I always do. In this particular party, absolutely.
Apparently, the guards have no issue with hitting servants across the head with stun batons.
Oh, I believe introduction is in order. Dimitri, this is Kuba, adjudicator from Coriolis.
Kind of does a nod of her head. She's a large, kind of imposing woman. Kind of beautiful in her own way, but typically
Germanic.
when she's dressed in her heavy body armor, you wouldn't you might mistake her for a man because she's very tall, and very kind of broad in build. She is dressed
Rahman
though in a
says-
beautiful gown.
Rahman says, "Oh, you look stunning this evening."
She smiles a little bit awkwardly and she says, "Oh yes, I'm a little out of my element, but when we saw that you had pulled some invitations, we have our connections." She smiles. The judge sent me down to make sure that you all were able to get in. I think I could probably get you in as kitchen help.
He looks to Dimitri and says, "Well, it seems like an opportunity has presented itself. Yeah, I would take it."
Okay. Yeah, she says, "Follow me," and she kind of, you guys go away from the crowd, and she gets on her communicator and starts calling somebody.
Dimitri,
It'll take a little while, but she's going to do that. Go ahead. Sorry, Rush.
Dimitri follows grumbling about something about trying to find a man's identity and something about bank accounts and something else about donating to charity and grumble.
Well, to your advantage or to your delight, probably here is since she's sneaking you in the back servant entrance, so you're not going through any scanners, so you
Yeah.
are going to be able to get in with your weapons. Okay, so you are going to get kitchen help. Yeah, you're fine. You'll be able to get in, at least for now. So while that's happening, 'cause that could take a little while. She's going to call somebody to get you in. We'll cut back. So yeah, you guys head up the red carpet and into the main area of the building, into the atrium area. You can see that you're greeted by the Coruscands, like I said. House staff is there; they're bringing people around. There's a marble colonnade with flower mosaics. The hallway is pretty dimly lit, with these kind of with the sugar globes just floating. But there's large draperies hanging down. You would immediately notice like this stuff looks like, again, it was definitely they went out of their way to make sure that that it was a show. This is like you couldn't imagine anybody, Amir, even with the decadence that you've seen, would live like this every day because it would just be ridiculous. It's like almost like way over the top. But but the building itself is nice, though it looks kind of old. It's white marble walls, the inlaid with Algolian calligraphy in gold. There's 8 fountains, just discreetly praising the icons. It says there's you see people gathered around. Again, there's servants bringing drinks. You can see that there's an assortment of dates, exotic fruits, nuts, and refreshing beverages. As you guys kind of come in, you can notice that too that there's you see the occasional person there where they're offered something and then clearly a servant is required to taste it first before they eat it. And you can see that there's some kind of areas that are more shaded where there's some couches and stuff set up. Kind of you could tell probably the most higher level hegemonists are kind of like got their own little private areas set up. And there's a dance troupe in the center, so it's a big show going on in the middle here. So yeah, what was your plan as you kind of enter this large atrium area? Do you have a plan?
Saeed's just taking a tactical inventory of the room, just looking for entrances, exits, windows, stairwells.
Okay.
Anything.
You can tell
anything
that.
Like that.
Okay, yeah, sure. Make an observation, and I'll give you as much based on. Actually, you know what? Make it whoever has the highest one. We'll just say you're all looking, because I'm assuming you're all looking. And whoever has the highest observation can roll with a bonus die. So I'm not sure if that's Cyrus or Saeed or.
I don't think it's not me. So
It's probably not.
Probably Saeed. My observation in total is 7.
Well, that's better than mine.
Oh, really?
Yes.
-6.
Okay, and I get a bonus die to that?
Yeah, you can have a bonus die because everybody's kind of looking.
Okay.
And give you what you can find based on your total. Nice. Okay.
2.
So 2. So limited success, but with 2. So you notice for sure that there's an area, and you can tell by the way it's set up. There's actually very tastefully, so it's not like obviously like gaudy. There's kind of a roped off area that looks like it leads into another room through some large doors. Clearly, that's where they're going to bring you. Probably, I mean, you've been to these things, or well, maybe you haven't, but Amir has. But before, this is probably where they're going to bring you in for the actual banquet. This is like this is like the drinks and stuff before. So you see that, of course. You notice that there are quite a few of these guards in here with the red and everything, but none of them are armed with any kind of pistols. Whatever. All the people in here, like the guards that you met at the scanners, just have batons, just standard batons. And some of them nothing at all. But you do notice as you're kind of looking that in like the deepest of the darkest kind of alcoves, where kind of there's some curtains and stuff hung, you see that's where the servants seem to be coming in and out of. So they blocked off all the entrances with curtains so that it's like hidden. But you can see that clearly they're coming in and out, and you would imagine that there's probably a series of hallways that lead to a kitchen that are off to the side, at least 3 or 4 of them. They're all on the one side. The right side, the right side as you walk in, and everything else, like the left side, you don't really see anybody coming in and out of there. So if there are doors there, they're probably hidden behind curtains that you don't see. And yeah, you don't see anybody that seems to be, in any way a threat to you. That you could tell. I mean, nobody seems to be hostile. Everybody's kind of drinking. You can tell that some people feel like they're probably too good to be here. And you can see some people that probably feel like maybe they're not good enough to be here. And you see, small cliques of people gathered around, and like you do at parties. Quick
question: do we see the Hegemony's ambassador here.
Oh. The ambassador, like the one that usually up on Coriolis station?
Yeah, the one that we
That one?
saw on the video entering the apartment where the emissary was taken and there was all the blood.
Oh, that guy, right? The Coriolis guy? No.
Yeah. No, okay. Just curious. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's a good question. I mean, he's really, really high up the food chain. I mean, these are rich people, but they're like, not that
Yeah, I
rich.
thought so, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no. That would be a thing, right? If he was there, for sure, right?
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, you're talking about oh God, I'll find his name. We'll figure it out. You actually didn't meet him, did you? You just knew about him.
No, we didn't
You
meet him. We
meet
just saw him. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Johar Kazar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same name, but not the same.
Okay.
Let's see the last name. I guess I missed maybe because I mean something. It might be a rank.
He's not there. Okay.
Nope, you don't see him. I mean, you probably see people that you know, but no, just meta. But there's nobody of relevance to the story that you've met so far. You see mostly just security. You don't even see Leod Dolkasar yet. He's not made an appearance.
Okay.
Nor his son. You mostly just see hegemony people and people that are clearly from. Actually, you might see a handful of people that look like that you may have like recognized from Syndicate. Because you had to. Oh no, actually, you didn't go to Syndicate to get the things. You used your other connection. So yeah, maybe you kind of recognize them from that, but nobody you really know.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, flashing back outside, you're kind of Akuba brings you guys kind of off to the side, and she's got somebody comes up and hands over a couple of kind of kitchen help outfits, essentially, for Rahman and Dimitri. And she kind of like hands them to you, then she just like turns her back to you so you can change. You're kind of in an alley, so.
Yeah. As I'm putting the clothes on, I ask Akuba, say, just out of curiosity, since you seem to be so familiar, do you know who these guardsmen are that are dressed in red? They don't seem like what would be the normal guards for such a place.
She kind of shifts on her feet a little bit. I mean, you're looking at her back, so you can't get a real expression from her. But she says, well, Gazara may be a prince, but don't forget that he is a slumber prince.
Yes, I mean, I realize that he's hired, but I'm just wondering if we know, is it a group of people, or does he just put out a call to anyone to come in and be a guard? Or I'm curious about the name of the man at the front door, basically.
Oh, she didn't see him. I mean, she saw him, but from a distance. She doesn't know.
Or if there's a way to find out.
There's always a way, but she has no idea. She says, I would not concern myself with petty criminals.
Mom changes into the kitchen staff uniform that she's given him, and he's all set to go.
Okay.
And he taps Dimitri's shoulder and says, I used to be in the hegemony. Those people, like you mentioned, some of them didn't seem like they're very disciplined at all. I'd say they probably got him off the streets or something.
Cool. Yeah, are you going to also put on the outfit there, Dimitri?
Oh yeah, I was getting dressed as I was asking those questions.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So once you have your stuff on, she says, "Okay, wait here. A couple of men are going to come with a delivery. of cheeses, and they'll give them to you to bring in. And and she kind of like points, and you can see that there's like an area on the side where there's like a door, and there's guards there, but there's no body scanner or anything. There's just a couple of guards standing there. They're actually armed with rifles, but they're just like leaning against the wall, smoking a cigarette. And she says, "Just bring the cheeses in, and just don't try not to address them too much, and stay out of trouble." And then she kind of turns and she heads back towards the front, because of course she's dressed in a way that she can walk through.
Raman moves the location of his pistol from the inner thigh to the small of his back
Okay,
because it was chafing.
nice. You have a lot of duct tape with you. You're like, yeah, you can do that. And again, I mean, most of the clothing here is basically like loose robes, so you can easily stash your pistol. I mean, if somebody tries to pat you down, we'll deal with it. But just for generally walking around, you should be fine. All right, yeah. So you guys are able to get the cheese. You know, the two delivery guys kind of walk over and they hand you the load of cheese, which is basically a couple of boxes. And then they just kind of look at you and they shrug and then they turn around and go back. They go back to the direction they came from.
Yeah, Raman nonchalantly, takes the cheese and starts walking towards the back entrance. And he glances back at Dimitri and says, "Well, we're here to deliver the cheese and nothing more. Yes,
It appears that way.
yes. Let us join our friends."
Awesome. Yeah, you approach those guards down there. As you approach, they kind of like straighten up a little bit. They look at you and they say, "What's your business here?"
Delivering cheese.
We work here.
"Oh, cheese. We're gonna have to examine that."
Well, if you do want to smell it, sure, but be sure not to cut it. And then he opens it up.
Yeah, you open. One of the guys kind of like slings his rifle over his shoulder casually, and he walks up and he kind of pulls it open. He looks, and it's like he takes a block out and he says, "Oh yeah, it looks good." And he closes it back up, and then he kind of like breaks it in half and hands the half to the other guard, and then he kind of nods for you to just walk past him.
He says, "Enjoy, guys," and he goes through.
Okay. You are now in a maze of back, twisty, turny servant entrances, but you can smell the kitchen, so you would know what direction it was. You can smell the food being cooked, the baklava.
If he passes by a dish, then he's definitely gonna take one.
The sweet almond smell of the baklava. Whatever. Yeah, you can definitely smell the kitchen. So you smell the meat being roasted and everything. So you know which direction to go. So that doesn't require any kind of a check as you head towards the kitchens. All right, so cutting back out. After some light refreshments in the atrium, followed by the speech. Oh, there's a speech. Hold on. I get to do a speech now. You guys ready? This is very exciting.
Speech.
I've been practicing this one. What is the speech? Well, they put the speech on the same page. Here we go. So you hear something like a banging noise, like a clapping noise or whatever, and people turn, and then people start to hush. They stop talking or whatever. For the most part, occasional rude people, are still talking amongst themselves. And you see a servant come out and lay down, kind of put down like a bench. And the man who you've seen pictures of him, so you can recognize him immediately as Leod, steps up onto it, so he's kind of a head above or higher than everybody else. And he says, you can see in front of him is his son, you would imagine. I think you probably saw pictures of him too, I can't remember, but we'll say he did. And he says the following. "Honored guests and friends, I welcome you with all my heart to Al-Sirsa. Tonight, we celebrate the union of Dolkasars and the noble Din Arams, paragons of Zithian light and wisdom, whom we have to thank for opening our eyes to a new horizon. Marak Dolkasar, our proud Durabian blood, exalted Durabian who stalwartly fought off the darkness during the long night, seeks the hand of Theda Din Harama, a child of Arda, a bringer of light from humanity's cradle. Honored guest, today is a proud day. May the icons hear us as we raise our glasses towards the monolith and pray for the blessing of this blood bond. May they guide us to the honor our history and welcome the future. Dearest of friends, may your cups never run dry, your plates never be empty, and your spirits lose themselves in music and dance. May this Alsisha be fond memory for all of us until she, the most merciful, comes to grace us with her slumber. May this day mark the birth of a brighter tomorrow. And then he kind of raises his glass and people clap and they drink. And then he gets down and he walks out into that, which you know would be the, the entrance into basically the banquet hall. And once he does that, they remove the rope and people start to make their way into there. And okay, so that's happening out there. So then back in the kitchens, you see people moving every which direction. You walk in with the cheese, and they don't even really notice you unless you stop somebody. Like everybody's busy. They are busy in the kitchens. You can see them loading up plates with different foods, doing organization of the plates. There's like the final look over to make sure they look pretty enough. You can see they're preparing some larger platters. They're also doing some small individual plates, clearly. And you can see waiters as well as what you would probably identify as slaves, just working. But you see the waiters are dressed a little bit differently. And you see basically an area where there's people loading food and stuff. So you would know that's where the cheese would go. So yeah, what does everybody want to do? You got out in the atrium, they're bringing people into the banquet hall, and in the kitchen they are cooking. So let's start at the banquet hall, the atrium rather. What does everybody want to do out there?
Cyrus is going to try to find the engineer that she's supposed to try and talk to.
Okay, you're looking for Jaja?
Yes, her. Yes.
Okay. Make an observation check.
Okay. I don't see her.
Okay. Yeah. You don't see her out here.
Hmm.
What about Saeed and Amira?
I would like to talk to people. We need to figure stuff out here.
Okay.
Do we see Seema, the perfume dealer?
Oh.
She was going to the party that I met in the jacuzzi or whatever it was.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was actually. Yeah. You probably will see her. Go ahead and make an observation check.
Okay.
I'm just shadowing Amira.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be on the lookout. Oh,
Like a good
observation's
boy.
not that great. No, you're essential.
Your essential worker.
Out yourself.
You just keep telling me that.
Just one success.
Okay. Let's see. There is a list of things that you can find. Okay. Yeah, you see her. She's making her way in to the banquet hall. As everybody's kind of moving in that direction.
All right, I'll head over there because she's someone I know. So.
All right. Yeah, she sees you and Amira, it's good to see you.
Yes, wonderful to see you. You look great, by the way.
Well, thank you. I was thinking about getting a biosculpt, but maybe someday.
They're worth the money. I can tell you that for sure.
Oh, yes. Yes, we'll have to talk about it. You'll have to tell me who your surgeon was.
Of course. Are you just arriving then?
No. I was chatting with some potential clients, and she kind of like does a little head nod, and you see that there's some Geminist, women that are kind of grouped together.
Yes. always good to have new clients and for your business.
For sure.
This is a stunning place. They've really gone all out.
Yes, well, I can tell you, I'm not one to talk, but last time I was here, it did not look like this. I fear he spent a good bit of his fortune. But I guess you must spend money to make money, right?
Yes. Yes, obviously he is attempting to peacock a little bit.
Yes, yes, I like that. Peacock.
Well, do you know the Din Armas?
Yes, a little bit. Not closely. They're a large family.
Have you done a lot of business with them?
Hmm. No, not directly. I did, as mentioned, providing some perfumes for this for her for this,
Right.
trying to establish some contact there.
Well, they're probably the reason why Leod spent all this money to impress them.
Exactly. We must follow the money, my dear.
Always. Well, I will let you enjoy your drink.
She smiles and then kind of moves off to another group of people, starts talking to them.
Okay.
Okay. So you're looking around. I'll cut back to the kitchens. So you would see once you guys are in the kitchen, you drop off the cheese. What do you guys want to do? Because you're just kind of standing there.
I want to have a better idea about the layout of the building. So he's going to try to, make his way to the fire escape. You know, the staircase. I mean, and usually, in a building, tells you how many floors there are and what it looks like. Whether if it's going to lay
Oh.
down or up or something like that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, interesting. All right. Yeah, I like that. I mean, you're right near the exit, but you walk around a little bit. You can see actually that this building, you see like one of those little fire things. What you actually see is that this building was originally was set up as a shelter, like a bomb shelter, and it actually has two underground levels that you have to get to via via an elevator and then via a staircase, and then below that is where the a tributary of the river flows in, and it used to be used as a loading dock. And you know, as far as the building itself, you just, it's nothing you could really. I mean, you could see where to get around from where you are to get into any place else of this main building. You'd have to go back to the main part of the building. Like you're kind of in the. In other words, you couldn't like get up to the bedrooms from where you are without going into a main part of the building. But as far as the general, you're kind of in the outskirts part. There's like almost like a servant's area in a sense, like a kind of a labyrinth of servant stuff here. You'd have to go back out through the atrium, and then on the other side of the atrium is basically the living quarters of the um, of the residents. How do you want to say it?
Once we figure that out, I guess he's gonna head over to the waiter's dressing room. He's gonna put on a waiter's uniform and then basically take a dish and try to mingle with guests out there.
All right, you're gonna try to switch it out. You're gonna try to snag away queries. Okay, good. Do infiltration. See, are you also doing this, Dimitri?
I don't know. Something about following Ramon around that scares Dimitri a little bit. Are we in the same area that has where Amira and Saeed and all them are?
No. What you would probably gather by looking at that chart. Oh, and by the way, when you kind of look at the chart, you see where these elevators and stuff are. you kind of look down those areas, you see that there's actually guards there at the
Okay.
elevators. But yeah, you would know based on that chart, the kind of fire escape chart, that right, they probably went into the atrium because you could see where the opening to the front of the building is. So yeah, in order to get out there, you'd have to walk out into the atrium, which, you know, dressed the way you are is might not be the easiest thing to do as a waiter, though. You probably get up there as a
Yeah. So yeah, he'll follow sort of at a distance.
okay. But
Ramon.
are you gonna steal the waiter's outfit and change into it? If so, then you'll need to make an infiltration check to see if you don't
Oh,
get
I
caught.
thought we had waiters' outfits because we
Nope,
were
you got
kitchen.
delivery slave outfits.
Yeah, so I switched over. Yeah, I got 2 successes.
Yeah, you see Ramon pop out. He's dressed as a waiter with a baklava
Um,
tray.
Okay.
he also says, "Oh, I forgot," and he goes in there, and I mean, if there's a extra uh, uniform available, he's gonna take that as well. Could he do
Okay,
that?
you'll have to make another infiltration check, yeah.
Okay.
And you'd have to stash it someplace. I guess that's what the infiltration check will be. Like you want to hide it on your body somewhere. Oh, critical, yeah. You can do
No,
that.
I mean he's just gonna grab it and he's gonna come out and look at my friend over there, Dimitri, and says, "Here, what are you doing in that uniform? Here, you're late for your shift." And then he just gives it, hands it over
Nice.
to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean with that critical, like there's like nobody there. Like the waiters are they're so busy they don't even like blink an eye.
All right. Well, then I'll quickly change.
All right, this is your third outfit today. You
I
gotta
know, right?
change it. Excellent. Yeah. So you guys are now waiter outfits on, and of course, as soon as you step out into any area where the waiters are, there somebody immediately is like, "Get a tray," you know, and you can see them bringing the foods out.
Yeah. Rahman has a big platter of baklava, like you said.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty obvious to either one of you that like there's a lot of people here that hired help that they don't know. Like they brought in way more servants than they normally have, so nobody realizes that you're not supposed to be there as long as you have the right outfit on. So you grab your tray um, of baklava and whatever tray you want to get, Dimitri. And yeah, you guys pop. You follow the group. I'm assuming of waiters, and you find yourself out in the banquet hall, which is all right. Let's see. Welcome speech. The golden gates of the banquet hall are open. The hall is a grand courtyard lined with palm trees and flower beds. In the center, a fountain showing a stylized monolith in black obsidian rises high into the air, with the miniature covenant city in mother of pearl clinging to its base. Flowering vines climb the statue towards the high mosaic ceilings, through which the night sky and the distant lights of the actual monolith can be seen. Yeah, so a large open space on the other end of the hall holds several long tables, bread sculptures, trays of fruit, and ice statues complete the dinner service. Servants in the shadows that you guys know stand ready to bring guests whatever they desire, so waiters basically. And you see an elevated stage with tables and divans that are set up specifically for the Din Ramaz and Dol Kasar, so the two the families. And this is the first time now you're seeing the Din Hamaris, the girl whose name is not written here, but I told you before, and also her father. She is the fifth daughter, and you see some other family members as well. Theta, Din Hama, and the father is Adon. So yeah, so you Yamira, Saeed, and
Yep.
Cyrus are now in the banquet hall. You guys can both make observations again.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Saeed sees somebody. Saeed, you see actually the person that the
It's Cyrus.
Cyrus is looking for. Yeah, you see the gun maker. She stands out to you, Jar Jar. Not Jar Jar, but Jar Jar. because she is dressed, well, like kind of the little boy described, she's dressed in green. But while her clothes aren't, they're not inappropriate in the sense that they're kind of like street clothes, but they're definitely not super fancy either. They're just kind of like nice enough that they don't stand out too much. And you see that she's kind of, she's got like her veils pulled up, she's kind of looking around, and she does that thing where she kind of makes eye contact with you for a second, and then she kind of like looks down, and kind of moves, kind of away and off to the side. She doesn't seem to be talking to anybody.
Okay. Is Cyrus nearby me?
I assume you're all together. Did you get anything, Amir?
Okay.
No, I did not.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will-
If she wants to be, sure.
I'll make sure to point her out to Cyrus.
Yeah, Cyrus will nod, and she's gonna like try to like kind of like nonchalantly head that way, like her glass in hand, you know.
And I'll keep an eye
Okay.
on the prize while she's moving.
Who's the prize, Cyrus? or the woman?
No, Georgia.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I thought. All right, let me see. So yeah, you see her kind of moving across the space, and then she ducks behind one of those curtains that you've seen that you now know probably block doors, and is gone when you're maybe like 30, 40 meters away from her, Cyrus.
Okay. I I'm guessing it would not be a good idea to follow her past that door. I mean, does that look like the kind of thing that only like someone who's supposed to know about him should go through, or does it look like it's for everybody, or what?
Yeah, you wouldn't. Well, you want to roll culture? No, you would know this. I mean, yeah, it looks like that's the servants' area. I mean, you probably shouldn't be walking back there. If you want to walk back there without being seen, you would just need to roll infiltration.
Uh, no. I think she'll stay out. You know, she's like she has like 3 or 4 brothers, right? Who are all in engineering stuff as well. Wasn't that right?
Yep, yep,
Okay.
that's true.
Does she know what they look like? Like, could she look for them?
You could look for them. I don't think that you bothered to look to see, but even if you did, you would know based on the research you did that it'd be very likely they'd be together because she essentially left the family.
Right. Right.
You know,
Okay.
so she's not
Uh,
really part of the family anymore.
got it.
In that sense. So it would seem unlikely that they'd be here.
Okay. Let me see. I feel like you know what? Yeah, Cyrus is gonna go for it. She's gonna go for it. She's
Okay.
gonna head over towards that area, and she's gonna like. You said it was disguised, or
Well,
like
they
is
have
it?
like curtains. There's probably it's like an archway. You would imagine if this party wasn't going on that it would just be like an archway that you'd walk through to go into the servants area. But they don't want people walking in there, and they want to make it look nicer, so they have these like large curtains hanging there. So
Okay.
basically, it's like a doorway,
Yeah.
but the door is a
Yeah.
curtain.
Yeah. She's gonna go through.
Go for it.
Um.
Make it infiltration.
Okay. Do, 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 ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Cool. Let me see. Yeah, nobody sees you, as far as you can tell. You pop through, and you are in basically a hallway. You were a good 30 meters behind her, and I'm assuming you didn't run because then you wouldn't be infiltrating. You took your time. You don't see her. You see the hallway proceeds down, and there's a couple of branches that go off, and there's an elevator at the end.
Okay. couple of, and there's like areas that branch off. Uh, okay. Cyrus is gonna like just kind of walk down towards like one of the branches and kind of like you know peek around it a bit. Uh, she's trying to kind of like I mean she's trying not like not to be caught or whatever. But I think more than anything, what she's trying to do is sort of pull off confusion so that if she gets caught in this area, hopefully she can try and play it off.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Well, go ahead and make an observation roll to see if you can see any sign of her or where you might think she went.
Okay. One
Yeah.
success.
Yeah. You're kind of creeping down. You start to look towards the end, and then you hear like a ding sound, which makes you look up, and you see that the elevator seems to have reached its destination at the bottom. Whatever. And now it's coming back up.
Uh, okay. Are there any how is the elevator it's at the end of the hall. Are there like
Mhm.
any walls like next to it, or is it just like one door? You know what I mean? Like, could Cyrus
There's space on
possibly,
either side of it. Yeah.
yeah, like, could she possibly like stand to the side of the elevator so that when the doors open, if anyone walks out, maybe they'll just walk past her without noticing?
Yeah. There's enough space there. Sure.
Yeah, that's what she's
Yeah.
gonna try and do.
You'll need to make an infiltration check, basically. If that happens,
Okay.
or you'll be seen suspiciously with your back against the wall near the elevator.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
All right. I'll try it.
Cool. Yeah. You move up.
Wow.
Okay.
The icons are really with me right now.
Yeah. Yeah. You get up there. You put your back against the wall, and you can hear that kind of humming sound as the elevator comes up, and the door doesn't open.
Okay. Uh, I feel like I'm being a little too bold here. I'm definitely not gonna go down the elevator. Um, okay, she's gonna bail now. She's gonna like head out
Alright.
and up here. Um,
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, stand by. So you're gonna head back. We'll say you're at the elevator currently, and you're gonna walk back. But let's cut back to the main banquet hall. Rahman, everybody out there can make observations to see if you see each other. So Rahman and Dimitri and
Okay.
Saeed and
All right.
Amir. Give it the captain.
2
Yeah.
successes.
All right. So Saeed and Amira see. How about Dimitri? Make an observation for me.
Yeah. Observation.
Okay, no. The two waiters are so focused on their job.
Yes.
You guys haven't been waiters in a long time. Maybe you did it in college, but now you're like,
Yeah.
so you're kind of like trying to hold the trays. And Amira,
Baklava?
you're eating a baklava while serving the other one. People so while that's all going on, Saeed and Amira, you see Dimitri and
Looks
Rahman
like our
dressed as
party
waiters.
crashers have arrived.
Yes, looks like it. I smile at Saeed.
Yeah.
Very
And-
resourceful, don't you
and
think?
I'm hoping no dead bodies are hidden someplace.
Yes.
Well, and also, I guess I'm sorry to interrupt, but also, Saeed, you would have obviously seen Cyrus go through because you were watching it,
Yes.
so you know all that information. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Do I see Cyrus come back
No, because this kind of happened as she went through.
as
So,
she goes through? Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm going to follow up on Cyrus.
Okay.
Do you want to catch Twiddledee and Twiddledum over there?
Yes, I'll go take a baklava. So, pretend like I'm
Right.
Yep.
I'll meet you over by that fountain.
All right. Yes,
And
go make sure Cyrus
I'll make
is
sure
all right.
she's okay.
Okay. Good.
Cool. Yeah. So you you're gonna go down. Do you want to just wait by the curtain, or are you gonna try to infiltrate in as well, Said?
I'm just gonna look around the curtain.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just gonna act like curious wedding guest.
Oh yeah, right. You're gonna peek in there. You see Cyrus heading back towards you.
Yeah. As soon as I see her, I'm just gonna kind of nod and I'll pull my head back again.
Nice. And Demira, you approach the two
I
waiters.
approach Roman and kind of, take a baklava, like, because he's a waiter, right? So,
Right.
oh, thank you, sir. And I kind of whisper, I'm impressed, I have to say. This impresses me.
Well, the icon have been with us. It seems like Akuba is here as well, and she has helped us get in.
Oh, fabulous. If she's here, that's
Uh,
good.
from our brief conversation, it seems like she's very concerned about our safety, and also she may provide backup should we need it.
All
That is
right.
my opinion, however. and he says, "Oh, you dropped this, my lady," and he gives her the fan.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yes, I would hate to be without this. Been in my family for generations.
Do you have other friends who may enjoy these baklava? And he lifts up the tray a little bit.
Yes, and I'll look for Saeed and I'll kind of point him out to Rahman, where he's
Yeah.
standing by the curtain.
Yeah, he heads over there with the tray.
I'll go to
Yes.
Dimitri. What do you have, Dimitri, that I can take?
I didn't even look, and he pulls down the the tray. And, dates, cheeses, sliced meats.
At least it's not dirty plates.
No.
I'll just
He-
say that the same thing, that I'm impressed with the resourcefulness that
Rahman
glad you're here.
always grabs the tasty platters.
That is him.
So, but yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but
You're doing great.
hopefully I won't get hit in the head with another stun baton.
No, please
Hopefully
don't
not.
let that happen.
But yes,
Um,
we're here just in case.
Well, come. I think my friend might enjoy this exquisite cheese that you have here.
Oh, okay.
Aged a long time, you said. And let's walk towards Saeed and the rest.
Probably less chance of getting in trouble if I look like I'm actually working.
Exactly.
All right, cool. So everybody can, once again, as you're kind of starting to move across, you're just kind of looking around the room for anything suspicious or whatever. Everybody can make another observation. Cyrus as well. You came out.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Oh, no, Cyrus, nice.
Are we
One.
allowed to make them
Oh.
now too?
Yep, everybody's out there.
Okay.
Let's see if everybody gets critical. Right now we have a couple successes. So.
Sorry, hold on. I'm trying
That's
to
okay.
get. Observation, you said?
Yeah, it's just a regular observation check. No. Okay. How about Amira? Did you succeed?
I got one success.
Just one. Okay, so everybody's got a regular. All right, you notice, maybe strangely, that up on the kind of that raised staged area where, of course, the two families are, You see that Leod um, seems to be have his mind on something else. People are talking to him, and he nods and stuff. But then he keeps looking out on the floor like he's looking for something very specific. He's kind of like looking around. Um, yeah, he seems to be distracted and looking for something on the floor. And then somebody else will get his attention. He'll look and talk to them. He'll look back again, kind of look.
The bodyguard in me kicks in, and I immediately look for threats.
Right, exactly. Right, yeah, exactly. You're a bodyguard, so you would probably imagine, right, exactly. He looks like he's nervous. Right. You
Yeah.
get that sense for sure. Yep. Yeah. You don't see anything immediately that seems to be threatening him. But he's definitely not. You would imagine that with all that he's invested in this, that you would think he'd be way more like out in the group talking to people and stuff. But he seems to be distracted.
Right.
I will make note of this and tell our friends. Does he look
Excellent.
a little odd to you? Does this
Yeah. He does. But considering what he's been doing, it might not be much of a surprise, but I wonder what he's worried about.
It looks like he's lost something. Maybe.
this is good baklava, Rahman. You should.
Rahman is taking the tray over to that gentleman.
He didn't cook it,
To Leod?
Yeah, the guy that's like looking nervous and looking around.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he's up on kind of like a raised area, so when you go over with the tray, there's like guards. I mean they're not mean or anything, but when they see you come with the tray, they kind of they say that's for the floor service. They'll get a an individual plate for Leod.
Yes, sir. Baklava?
Thank you. He takes one.
Yeah, he goes down.
Yeah.
And when he returns to the room,
you do see though over there, you notice that there are actually some people standing off to the side, and it does seem like that little by little, like there's guards over there, and they seem to be kind of like they're waiting to talk to him in a sense. Like you see some people standing over there, and then you see the guard let one up, and then they go down, then another one goes up, and they go down.
yeah, he reports back what he saw. And he tells him, it seems like I tried to talk to the man to find out if he's looking for anything, but didn't have a chance.
Maybe we should try to talk to him. Maybe we should queue, or at least one or two of us. I know, Cyrus, you were looking for Georgia.
Well, I saw her. She went to the curtain over there, and Cyrus just kind of looks towards where she went to. And then I think she went down an elevator. It's possible that she could be going to that basement that we heard about.
Yes, most likely, considering she's the one who inspects the pods, or I think she is. Yep. All right.
Perhaps this might be our time to go down.
I
He's
didn't want
busy
to.
with something else.
I didn't want to take any more risk. I was already risking going back there. It's obviously not a place for guests.
I will smile at Cyrus and say, I'm very proud of you. You've come a long way. That was smart.
Yeah, I guess it's because I wasn't hanging around Ramon.
But
Oh,
you
hey,
had been
Ramon, I didn't
watching.
see you there.
It seems like a few things have rubbed off. You're taking risk and infiltrating, and he punches, he nudges her on the shoulder.
Well,
Well, maybe one or two things.
So what's the plan, boss? How do we go down?
well, I'm afraid if we all try to herd back there, that they will see us and kindly, I'm sure, but with, firmly say, nope, this is not for you, guests not allowed. I'm
Is
not the
there
best
any
infiltration person.
is
It's a
there
good
any
thing
other
two of
way
us
to go
aren't
down?
guests.
That's true. What'd you say, Ramon?
Are there any other ways to get down to the basement from what you've been seeing so far?
Um, Back there were some tunnels that led other places, but I followed her directly in, and then I heard the elevator ding. When I looked towards it, it had the symbol saying that it um, had reached. It said it reached ground floor, right, Daniel?
It reached the floor that you were at. It came up to you. Well, it reached the bottom, then it
Oh,
came
okay.
back up.
Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I saw the symbol that said it had reached the bottom, and then it came back up to me. So.
Perhaps I could look around for a stairwell that could lead us down there.
Or maybe there's a dumb waiter
Mm,
besides the two of us.
Don't.
So it dinged, but nobody got off. Cyrus, you're saying?
yeah. Nobody got off. I had actually uh, like uh, stood back against the wall so that I was hoping whoever was going to come out would just walk past me and not notice me. But nobody ever came out.
You know, it's possible whoever was on the elevator is who Leode is looking for.
Maybe. Like I said, I saw, uh, the girl get on it. She went down, and then it came back up.
How about myself and Dimitri provide a lookout and you three go down? We may join you shortly thereafter.
I
I
actually
could,
think it would be less suspicious if you two went behind the curtain as you're dressed as waiters.
Yeah, that does seem to be a kind of like employee only area.
I have a feeling that it is not for waiters, however.
Well, I mean, you could always just do what I was planning to do and act hopelessly confused.
Or I could just sneak in there.
It wouldn't be an act.
I mean, I wouldn't. I mean, of course, but I'm saying if you get caught, you could try just feigning confusion. Big place, you got lost.
And there are a lot of
May,
strangers.
that may be the way. Um, and he just nods and looks at Amira and says, "If I do go down the elevator, what's the plan? Should I wait for you to join me, or
Yeah,
should I?"
I don't want you to go down there by yourself. I know you like to take risks, Ramon, but I do value you as a pilot and don't want you to.
I'd much rather fly in a spaceship than sneak around and get beaten up by guards.
What do you think, darling? Is now the time?
I think now's the time.
Okay, we can try it.
So you
I
hear
only have to
music
talk to it.
start to play. Um, the musicians step out and the music starts to play loud in the place, and you see that Marok and Theta rise. They each have what appears to be a courtesan. Take their hand, and they bring them into the center of the room, and everybody kind of spreads out. And Marok and Theta perform the formal betrothal dance. They're kept far apart by a swirling sea of hired dancers. So basically, they're doing this dance with each other, but they're about maybe 10 meters apart, and there's dancers swirling and dancing, and everybody's gathered around watching this show as they start their betrothal dance. So what are you guys doing?
Yes. Now's the time to go.
Yep, now's the time. I'm gonna try to
Yep.
get behind the curtain, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, everybody can test infiltration. You can because obviously the dance is going on. You waited just long enough. Because the dance is going on, you can have +2.
Let's
But everybody has to test if that's going.
It's not fabulous.
Oh, nice.
We get an additional plus for being dressed up like a waiter.
No, it's just this is to not be seen. I mean, but if you're seen as a waiter, it may or may not make a difference. Obviously,
All right, so
Oh,
positive
I actually
two.
got one.
That's a whole other
One
thing.
success.
Infiltration.
It's a good thing I had that +2.
Oh,
my
Dimitri, you
word.
sneaky
Dimitri.
son of a gun.
Ooh, nice.
I am like a ninja. Everybody else is like looking
Oh.
around and like looking to see if anybody's looking, and Dimitri just disappears.
Yeah.
Well, Dimitri
It's
does,
the-
but everybody else got one success, and
It's
Oh,
the
man.
waiter's
so
uniform.
did the guards. Oh no,
Oh,
Amon also. So the two waiters didn't get seen. The two that kind of probably would have been okay if they got seen didn't get seen at all.
Uh-huh.
The rest of you had basically no successes, but they did. It's an opposed roll. What happens when if you get 0 on an opposed roll? That means you didn't succeed, basically, because it takes away your. Would you like to pray? So since Saeed, Cyrus, and Amir both didn't succeed.
Could Rahman move up to the guards and offer baklava or something to distract them?
You're already
Or-
inside, and it's already been done. I mean, you
Okay.
would have had to have done that before. That's a good idea, but
Yeah, yeah,
yes.
I'll pray. Yep.
Yeah. Come on, faceless
we all
one,
pray?
hide me.
I think
Yeah.
feels like it would
We need
be
this.
a good.
I need to
oh.
find Nor,
Alright,
faceless one. Nope. I'm just too pretty. They just notice me.
The faceless one is off duty today.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man. Okay, so the two waiters get inside, and then you guys kind of follow. And as you kind of starting to walk through, there's one guard that's kind of off to the side. And he says, "Oh no, the restrooms are over there, over there." And he kind of points in the other
Oh.
direction.
Oh, thank you.
No
How
problem.
very kind.
And he turns back and just goes back to
Oh.
watching the dance.
Cyrus is gonna step to the guard, and she's gonna kind of like look at the others, and she's gonna look to the guard, and she's gonna say, truth be told, we weren't looking for a restroom. We were trying to find a place to be alone, if you know what I mean.
Okay. Roll manipulation.
Okay. No bonus.
Not gonna roll culture, that's for sure.
Yeah. Oh,
He's
darn it.
good.
Oh.
Well,
You,
he doesn't get any either, but you didn't get any.
yeah.
He looks at you and he says,
I'm praying to the. Oh, I prayed to the merchant before I came here. Would I get a +2 to that?
"Only when you pray.
I prayed to the merchant before I came. No, I
Only
prayed to the
when you pray.
traveler.
You played to the traveler, anyways, but also you only get the bonus when you are forced to pray."
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, could I just pray to the traveler now?
Yeah,
I mean,
Of course you
to
can.
the merchant now.
I mean,
All right.
I love to have the merchant.
Okay. Come on. Come on, merchant. Come on. Let this be a horny guard. Darn it.
No.
No.
He looks at you and he says,
He's like, I love my wife.
I think you probably should. He says, perhaps you should maybe take that somewhere else.
Well, you're no fun, Cyrus says, and she just turns to walk away after that.
Okay.
Well,
Okay. So yeah, you guys are I guess walking towards the restroom. Probably 'cause he's looking at you. So I don't know if you are or not. The dance is going on. The two waiters have made it past the curtain, and you're in that hallway with a couple of hallways branching off, and pretty much directly in front of you, about maybe 50 meters away, is an elevator.
Okay, we head over to the elevator.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You press the button to call it, or no?
I do.
Okay. As soon as you press the button, it opens because the elevator's right there. And it's kind of standard. It's not a fancy elevator. It's clearly servant type level. And if you were to step into it, you see that there's 2 floors. Besides this one, you can go down 2 floors, 2 basement levels. So you're on 1, and then there's B2 and B1, I guess. It doesn't go up. It only goes down.
Yeah, he looks to Dimitri and says, what should we do? Should we wait for Amira? What is taking her so long?
I think I heard a guard. I think they got stopped. I think it's just you and me.
Mm.
Just looks at Ramon terrified. Oh God, I'm alone with Ramon.
So, Dimitri, are you ready to take more risk? Yeah. He's gonna say, well, we may have to go and get them. We can't just go down there by ourselves. Should we provide distraction so that they could come back in
I
or come
mean,
in?
I don't know how to do this stuff. If we go out to provide distraction, then we got to sneak back in here again. I don't. What are we supposed to do?
Well, if there's a guard that's keeping an eye on this area, I could probably walk up to him and offer some baklava or
Well,
distract him. Yeah.
you go do that. I'm gonna hide right here.
All right. Just be sure to not to be too conspicuous. And he walks right back out with a tray of desserts,
Okay.
and he looks around for Amira and the rest of the party.
Yeah, I imagine you see them starting to move slightly away, so they're not standing right where the guard saw
Right
them.
there.
You see
Yep.
the dance is still going on, the music is playing loud, and this is probably a good place to leave it, with Dimitri by himself in the back.
Yes.
But this feels like a good spot, no?
Yeah, when Cyrus steps away with the others, uh, she's gonna say, I'm sorry, there was just this thing I saw one time where someone liked, comment, and subscribed to Bandits Keep and to Bandits Keep Actual Play. They rang notification bells so they could be, notified of future videos, and I just thought I could do that myself.
Excellent. Seems like a good plan. All right.